Good morning. This is Catherine Mathon from Opal Counseling Center, and this is my horse Opal. We're here to talk about our first session. So to start with, we walk around the farm and meet the horses. That's the first thing we do. Kind of get a sense of the space and how comfortable we are in it. And there's always a little bit of nervousness, it's the first time. It's not really clear what's going to happen. So I always take time to let people just have a chance to land. What we do first is brushing the horses. So the first brush we use is called a curry comb. There's many different kinds, so I just picked one. And they actually love it. So you see how she's lowering her head? It's really comfortable. This brush we use in circular movement against the grain of the hair. So the brushing, is learning how to care for the horse. It's basic care, and it's really important to know that. And it's also a way to establish a relationship with the horse. Horses are really sensitive on their skin, and they really enjoy that work. So I really like to use that as a mechanism to connect. The next brush we use is called a hard brush. The way we use that brush is along the grain of the hair with kind of everything that we dislodged before. The next brush is called a soft brush, and we use it the same way. So I'm gonna go to the next step now and put a saddle on. This is a saddle pad, and so we put that underneath the saddle. And you see she's kind of backing away from me, like she's never seen a saddle pad in her life. But it's a bit of a play, she's like, I don't want that. Alright, so she has to express something, like I don't want that, so I'm gonna move. But, with a little patience, we just wait, and then eventually she'll be okay with me putting it on. So that's also part of the relationship building, You don't want to, but I want to, so what do we do? How do we negotiate those situations? And those are really typical life situations with people. So the way I usually talk about it is talk about the horse and how they feel, and then we talk about how does it look like in your life, and we talk about like other relationships. The next step is to put the saddle on her back. So we put it gently. We're very sensitive, which is, sensitivity is the case of many gifted children. It's part of how they are. So working with horses that are also very sensitive animals is a great way to bring in that part of their life into the work that we do together. Alright, so this is how we put a saddle on. So I show them once and then they try it themselves. And the horse does whatever they do, So I'm gonna take it off. Next step of what we do in the work typically is talk about how to put this on their head. This is a halter. So the first step is to put the rope on her neck, and then I'm gonna take it off and just stay here. And you see the rope on the neck is kind of a sign that we are connected. So usually they stay with us when we do that. And then see she's doing that little face, but she does put her nose in it. She's been doing that almost every day of her life, so she does know the work and what that means. It's also to work on the relationship. Like, okay, this is almost like something we have to do. It's not really an option. And so, what are the situations in life where we actually have to do and it's not an option? Brushing teeth, this kind of daily routines, chores, stuff like that. So I like to use that way. Just saying that's a good example of the horse not always wants to do it, and so how do we negotiate that? How is it in life, and that you do it every day? And yet, it's hard to be frustrated at a horse that is an animal and doesn't actually know. And so we work on, what that means to be angry and express anger, and how do we express anger? Is it okay to be angry or not be angry? And what's the difference between being angry and expressing anger? Those kind of topics. So the next part that we talk about is safety. Horses are big animals, and there's really a few things we need to know about them. So the first one is horses have their eyes on the side of their head. They're prey animals, and so the safest place to be around them is on their side. So if something scares them, they're gonna go away in front of them and not on top of us. The second part is they see from the front of them to the back of them, but they can't see here, and they can't see right behind their tail. You've got an itch? Not done. There you go, I found it. So horses like us too. We're good scratchers. They have a really good use. They have a good use for us. All right, back to safety, guys. So, because they don't see in front of them and the back of them, when we walk up to them and behind them, we want to tell them something, so they know we're here because they can't see us. And so horses don't kick. I hear that all the time. It's not really true, but if they're surprised and something scares them, that's kind of a knee-jerk reaction they could have. So you just want to warn them that you're here and nothing's gonna happen. The other thing we want to pay attention to is their feet and our feet. They do not see underneath them, and so we want to really, when we work with them, we want to be aware of our feet and compared to theirs, and our space and theirs, and they're just a voice to get stepped on. The next piece we do once we've put the halter on is to learn how to walk with the horse. So I'm going to ask her to stop eating, but she's pinning her ears. She's not happy. But she's okay. She's taking it. Alright, so I put the rope, in a figure eight inside my hand, so that if she decides to leave, I'm not going to be caught in the rope. And that's another safety thing. And then I put my other hand here, and I just look where I'm going and I walk. And you see she follows me, and it's not always easy to do that. So sometimes it takes a full session to learn how, because tendencies to look at the horse or not being sure if they're gonna want to follow, all those things, therapeutically can be applied in life. If I do something, are you gonna come with me? Are you gonna be okay with it? And actually I need you to go, and are you gonna do it? And so all those parts of a typical human-to-human relationship are really modeled in that kind of exercises. Alright, yeah. So that's pretty much it. We practice the walking. Those things happen too. I want you to itch me there, so we're doing it. So you can go on my website. It's https://opalcounselingcenter.com. You can also call me at 703-507-6725, and this phone number is on my website too. So feel free to go there. We work individually or with groups. I have support groups for parents, groups for support group for teens and younger children, and gifted children. That's about it, I think. Yeah, feel free to call me if you have any questions. You don't have to make a decision right this minute, so it's always helpful to know what to expect. So that's why I thought, let's do this and show you what it actually looks like. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I wish you all a good day. Enjoy!